I'm sorry, I don't hear anything.
I'm not sure if you can hear me. Can you hear me, Aaron, now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. I had to go just strictly to my phone. I was having problems with, yeah, someone just texted me, no sound, dude. So I hope you guys can hear me right now. I was running into some technical difficulties, and I don't know how all of this started happening, but for about 30 minutes or so, I've been trying to get this all together. But can you hear me clear now, Aaron?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay. I'm sorry that if you hear any background noise or things like that, because it really wasn't set up to go this way, but we're going to work our way through it. But what I am going to do is get started by saying I'm going to take Aaron off the stage for just a second. And again, I'm sorry, you guys, for what's happening. But listen, welcome back to the KJL Podcast Channel. Today we have a special guest, Aaron Fisher, a renowned artist known for his innovative mixed media. Aaron's work has been featured in galleries worldwide, and today he shares insights into his creative process and upcoming projects. If you enjoy this interview, please support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest episodes. For more exciting content, visit our website. And let me show you something here real quick. You can visit our website. It's KJLArtSanctuary.com. Also, you can visit our studio. It's 310 4th Street, Ewing Township, New Jersey. Also, you can view my art locally. I have art at 2 different locations. We have art at Hamilton Township Library. That exhibition is up for a while. It's Hamilton Township Library, 1 Justice Alito Jr. Way, Hamilton, New Jersey. There's 10 pieces there, and that exhibition runs indefinitely. Then we also have Ewing Township Municipal Building, and that right here, let me give you the address for that. That's 2, I don't have it on my thing here, but it's 2 Jake Garzio Drive, Ewing, New Jersey, 08628, until the end of August. I'm in this, like I said, this isn't my normal setting, and I had a lot of problems with my computer setting up. So also stay tuned for my exhibition I have. It's called Architectural Daydreams, that's coming in November at my studio. Architectural Daydreams. Let me take the Samuel Alito off here. And then also every Thursday, there's new artwork that comes up every Thursday. And it's telling me to charge my phone. Hold on, I got to get my phone plugged in. Listen, I'm sorry, the edited version will be better than this, but I'm sorry, but still this work, even in the midst of this. Okay. All right. So also we have my Architectural Daydreams exhibition. It's coming up, Blueprints of the Imagination. And then we have our weekly auction that I have. And the weekly auction, the auction goes up every Thursday. And we put in, there's 3 pieces that are auctioned off. And it's KJL Art Sanctuary. So when you go on my website, you go on there and you can go up for, the auctions start Thursday and they end Wednesday evening. So this week's auction is ending tonight, and then a new set of pictures are going to go up next week. Okay. All right. So now let me get back over here. You got to get to. I'm sorry because I'm not using the same stuff now that I was going to be using. So I'm adjusting as we're going on the fly. I kid you not. And so, but again, we're going to make it work because this is a really great artist, and I really, really, really want you to hear from Aaron. But I need to do a couple more things, and we're going to head right into talking with Aaron. So, also, your support and donations enable us to bring you more artist interviews, art history, insights, demonstrations, gallery and museum tours, and much more. Let us know what content you'd like to see more of. And thank you for becoming a part of our community. And now, before we begin our interview, let me take a few moments to introduce you to today's guest and share some highlights of his incredible journey. Aaron Fisher's journey from Princeton, New Jersey, where his artistic talent was nurtured by his sister Pat, to becoming a renowned artist, showcasing his work at the Chip Fisher Memorial Exhibition is truly inspiring. His detailed and expressive portraits, whether on canvas or wood, capture the essence of the human spirit and highlight his exceptional skill and dedication. His role as a mentor with ACT-SO, his ability to balance family and art, and his impactful presence on social media showcase a multifaceted approach to life and art. Aaron's insight into his creative process, upcoming projects, and valuable advice for aspiring artists have not only enriched our listeners, but also will leave a lasting impression on our community. So let me read you his bio. Aaron Fisher, originally from Princeton, New Jersey, began his artistic journey from a young age. Encouraged by his sister Pat, also an artist, he studied marketing, art, and design at Middlesex County College, and currently serves as the visual arts mentor for the New Brunswick branch of ACT-SO, inspiring high school students through creativity and achievement. Aaron's work primarily focused on the human face using acrylics, inks, and colored pencils on canvas and wood, reflects his meticulous attention to detail and his passion for capturing the unique character of each subject. Currently residing in Franklin Park, New Jersey, Aaron shares his life with Angela, his wife of 33 years, his daughter Kylie. Aaron, thank you for joining us today, and I'm going to bring my guest Aaron up onto the stage. And I would just like to say my apologies to getting off to a rough start. Me and Aaron have been on here. I was doing a sound check, and it ended up into technical difficulties and all types of things. But I'm so glad to have you on here, man. Let me just ask the people listening, And can you hear us clearly? I know there's a little bit of background noise with me. My soundboard was acting up, so I had to shift to something else. I'm doing this from my phone because my soundboard was malfunctioning. So if anybody has trouble hearing me, please put it in the comments. Okay, so let's get started with Aaron. Right, so Princeton is where it all started. Can you tell me about like your early years and how your sister Pat influenced you?
Well, my sister was 20 years older than I was. So by the time I was coming around, she was an artist. So I would see her painting, and I would take to my little pencils and crayons and try to emulate what she was doing. So she was a big influence on my early years. And then I just, started evolving, into little exhibitions at school and other things like that. And here I am today. So she was one of my bigger influences early on.
I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing you because, again, I'm not in a position like the speakers around me where I'm at is just loud. So your mother, you mentioned that you were drawing from the time you could hold a crayon. That was a comment that you made. How did your early artistic expression, how did it affect your style today?
Well, I moved on. I would always paint people. Kids paint people. They paint cars, and I was drawing motorcycles. So it was the basic stuff. But tell me that my work was a little bit more advanced than the other kids my age. I remember when I was in high school taking art classes. My art would kind of let me do my own thing. I do the projects, but I could also do my own thing. So it kind of nurtured me with that.
This is really a struggle for me to hear you a little bit. I'm trying to move this thing around. But so you attended Mercer County College. You majored in marketing and art and design. How did your education influence your art?
Middlesex County College.
Did I say Mercer County? I meant to say Middlesex County. Yeah, Middlesex County.
Well, that was sort of a little steer off to the left. It was taught me business. It taught me more design. I was more of an illustration guy. So with that, I was still doing it, but it was like, okay, this is something different. Design, color, photography, layout. So it kind of geared me, to have influence me to have a whole, the whole spectrum.
The reason why I'm standing so close, I'm having trouble hearing you because, again, I can't use my headphones or my mic, so I got to hear you, and it is really noisy in here. Right. So, but go ahead.
No, that was the answer.
Okay. All right. Again, I want to apologize to everybody too. This is the first of my new season, and who would think that my freaking soundboard would be acting up and it's not connecting? But anyway, this year your work was featured in the Chip Fisher Memorial Exhibition. That was at Arts Council of Princeton. Am I correct?
Yeah, Chip was she was my late sister-in-law, and they named it after her. I've done it for about 5 or 6 years straight now. And yes, it takes place at the Arts Council of Princeton, and it's actually coming up. The next one is coming up in a couple of weeks, August 7th. The reception. And
at Arts Council of Princeton again?
Yeah, at the Arts Council of Princeton on Witherspoon Street. So, it's cool because it's usually in the upstairs, the Solid Gallery upstairs, and I get the chance to showcase my work. I'll also be showcasing another young artist from Princeton work this year.
Oh, okay.
It's usually, when I first started, it was like a one-man show. So I had 20 paintings in there that they let me, display. So it's a really cool opportunity.
Awesome. So let me ask you this question. You work on canvas and wood utilizing like acrylic paint, inks, color pencil, focusing on the human face.
Right.
Can you walk us through kind of your creative process, like kind of from start to finish? You don't have to be so, but just give us a general idea, because you do like really super realistic paintings.
Right. So, I mean, the whole process, you know, I get this idea that comes to my head, or, you know, if it's a portrait, you know, I usually work from photographs. So I kind of lay it out. Well, first I take either my MDF board is what I prefer to paint on, or canvas. I gesso it first, and for those folks who aren't into the arts, gesso is a layer that you put down. So say if the wood is a wood color, gesso is a white gesso. So it's like a you know, it's kind of thick, and it lays down that white, you know, that blank space for you to create on. Over that, then I sand it because it's, like I said, it's thick and it has a thick texture. And then I draw my figure out, or, you know, my idea. Once I do that, I'll start layering with my colors. And by the way, I don't use a regular paintbrush. 99% of my work is done with something called an airbrush.
Okay.
Some ladies may know it because they use that to paint on nails. So it's like it gets really smooth, and it gets, you know, the shadows are you know, that's the ability to get real realistic shadows. And
Exactly.
yeah, this painting here is 4 feet wide by 4 feet tall, and if you look around his collar, that's paintbrush, the little white jewels around his shirt. That's the only time I go in with a paintbrush is for highlights, the white areas, the reflection of the eyes, you know. But yeah, 99% of my work is airbrush. So I build up. This is a black and white. So if it's color, I build up the textures and the colors. I layer upon layer. I start with yellows, then I'll go in with some oranges, then I go in with some reds, and then you start getting skin tones. You know, whether it be, you know, a white person or a black person, you know, you just go in with the browns, you know, and we go heavier on certain complexions and lighter on others. This painting right here is called Survivor. That's my tribute to breast cancer survivors. And the meaning of it is sort of, you know, you'll see the tattoos on her shoulder, which are symbols of breast cancer. And, you know, she's still, you know, a beautiful black woman. So I got a lipstick on there, bald head. And you can't see it real close, but down by my signature in the left corner, there's a scar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a beautiful piece. This is a really beautiful piece. By the way, if any of you want to connect with Aaron on social media, on Facebook, he's Aaron Fisher on Facebook. On Instagram, Aaron Fisher Artist. And here's his website, aaroncfisher.com. So, all right. So as is there anything else you want to tell us about your style? Like you do that, you like to work on the MDF. Is there any reason why you like to work on that surface as opposed to canvas? Or do you do both, really?
Yeah, I do both. The MDA board, it's called MDF. It's medium, what is it called? Medium something. It's strand board, but it's very, very smooth, you know, and there's nothing like painting on a smooth ground. You know, canvas has a little texture to it. You know, you got to kind of mess with it sometimes. But then also what I do, if you can look around the edges of this painting here, you see it's very sharp. So when I draw it out, I tape everything off and then paint inside the tape. You see that? So that's how I get those sharp edges. And then everything.
Yeah, it looks really good. Thanks. It looks really good.
It's soft, you know, the soft edges because of that airbrush. You know, I don't like to, you know, people say, oh, you're an airbrush artist. No, I'm an artist. You know, they don't call folks who paint with a paintbrush.
Exactly.
They don't call them paintbrush artists. You know, an artist is an artist. The airbrush is just a tool, just like a paintbrush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so you're a mentor at the age, tell us about that AXO.
Okay. It's called
You're
AXO.
a mentor there, and that's in New Brunswick. My old stomping grounds. My father's church was there.
Yeah. No, it's called, the program is called AXO, sponsored by the NAACP. It's been around for, oh my God, over 30 years. And it stands for Afro Academic, Cultural, Technological, and Scientific Olympics. And there are, oh my God, there's so many categories. There's music, there's vocals, there's acting, there's playwright, there's everything. But I happen to mentor students in visual arts, so drawing, painting, sculpting, and their photography. And so what we do is we work with the kids for about a year, and we get them ready for a local competition. There are other AXO branches in New Jersey. I just happen to mentor the New Brunswick area branch, but there's a Willingboro branch, there's a West Orange Maplewood branch, there's a Newark branch, there's a Gloucester County branch. And a lot of people don't know about AXO. It's, if you want to find out, it's axonewjersey.org. But they're for high school students, grades 9 through 12. And what happens is the kids compete against other kids in the state, and they're judged by professionals. I'm also the judge coordinator for the state. And so for visual arts, all the judges are professional artists. And we interview the kids on their pieces when they come to competition. And then they're judged, bronze, silver, gold medals. It's like the Olympics. And then whoever wins a gold medal goes on to the national competition, which actually took place last week in Texas. So the national competition is for AXO students all over the country. It's the best of the best. And these kids are amazing. And so anybody who wins a gold goes to the nationals. And then they compete, for stuff there. And there's so many celebrities that went through the AXO program. You have
awesome
Kanye West. Oh my God, just so many.
That's amazing.
But yeah, there are a lot of pros.
It's an amazing place. That really sounds good. I'm going to look into it. And I'm going to share it when I do the rebroadcast of this. I'm going to share it within it. So I'll make sure I get all the information for you. But with all of the stuff you do, your art, the mentoring and work, all those things, how do you balance that with your family? Like, because you have your daughter and you have your wife, you have 33 years. Congratulations, by the way, brother. So how do you balance family life with your art life?
Well, my daughter, she's grown. So, I spend my time with them, and then I go in the basement. I have my studios in my basement. So I go out there, after hours and I do my thing. I do my commissions or my work or whatever I'm doing with that. They support me wholeheartedly. If I have any type of exhibitions, a lot of times they're there. They're my best judges. I bounce stuff off of them. I bounce stuff off my wife. If she says it's okay, it's okay.
You better.
yeah. But no, and besides that, I'm also on the board of trustees at the Arts Council of Princeton. So that's like another thing. But I break my time up, real good. So everybody has, we all support each other.
Let's look at a couple. But I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm good. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's look at a couple more of your pictures. I like this one right here, the Albert one. I really like that. That is big. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. That's that. Who has that? I did that for an exhibition down in Trenton at the Smith Family Foundation. And matter of fact, they purchased this piece. And I did that sort of as a homage to Princeton. My dad knew Albert Einstein. He would always talk to him, when he came from town, and he would come down into the neighborhood. We lived down a lot of people don't know, in between Witherspoon Street and John Street, going all the way down, that was where, all the brown folks lived. We lived on a street called Birch Avenue, and my dad worked up on Nassau Street. So yeah, he'd always, he would talk to Albert Einstein, and he just, and he's an interesting figure to paint. The wrinkles, the hair, the bushy mustache. So he's a good figure.
Awesome. So I think I got something here set up where I can put my headphone on. I didn't want to be fuddling around with that and talking with you and everybody looking at me, but I can hear this a little better. Okay, so I'm going to put myself back on my camera back here. It's a little better.
You know what I didn't mention? I told you that I work with this airbrush. I learned to use that tool. I used to work, oh my God, back in the 80s when the airbrush t-shirt craze was out. There was a flea market. Kids don't know about flea markets now, but there was a flea market in New Brunswick, Route 1 flea market. And we used to have a booth there. So that's where I kind of got my chops using Yeah. So that was like
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Well, there I see we have a comment here from Michelle Reed.
Oh, Michelle Red.
Red, listen, I ain't got my reading glass on. Hey, the big brother Aaron, LOL. I've known Aaron for many years. She is my daughter's mentor. She does digital art.
Yeah, she's a beast too.
Awesome.
Oh, she is bad.
Hey, Michelle Reed, Red. Thanks for the comment. Okay, let's move a little further with this. So I'm gonna put another one of your pieces up here because I just love all your artwork.
Thanks, man.
Let's get another one. This is one of my favorites. I got to get one of my favorites. Hold up. Oh, this is one of the first ones I saw that you did.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That was from Art All Night. Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah. And matter of fact, your painting was hanging next to it. So we were kind of out all that time. But yeah, this is a portrait of Rolling Stones lead vocalist Mick Jagger. And the name of the painting is Jaggered, Jaggered, Edge. Jaggered Edge. Which kind of falls in with the hat, the band around the hat. And this is one of my favorite pieces. Matter of fact, when I I think it was my first or second exhibition at the Arts Council, this piece sold there. It's about 4 feet. It's big. It's about 4 feet wide by 2 feet.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and I had fun. He's another figure that I've painted a few times, and I love to paint it because he has a lot of wrinkles. If you look around his eyes and his cheeks and his mouth, all those, I try to get everything. The teeth, the highlights on the tongue, and I even put his earpiece in. A lot of pro singers they wear earpiece so they can hear themselves sing. So that in there, and then the hair. Hair is always a battle. I mean, you can do it, but it's rigorous. To get it realistic.
Yes.
But yeah, this is I always love this painting.
Me too. It was one. I'm telling you, when I first saw it, I was blown away.
Thanks.
Yeah. The So you have this picture here of Mandela. I love that piece too.
Okay, thanks. Yeah.
And This is really cool, and I like it. Like, what made you paint him this way? Like with that expression, the way he's looking. Like, what's behind that?
Well, I actually painted this from a photograph. But it was a black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a black and white photograph, and most of my portraits are done from photographs. But it was a black and white. So, I figured, let me build up some color on here and bring this out even. Although, I do have a good time doing black and white photos because they you can add another type of realism to them. But this one, I said, so let me focus on his the brown on his face, and it came out pretty well. I mean, I even got like he had a little cataract in his eye. And there's also part of my style with the highlights. If you look under his nose, it's a little dot, which kind of indicates sweat, pores. So yeah, and he's got a couple of stars.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you.
So let me ask you this question: how has social media impacted your career as an artist? Because it's a different world with social media today.
Right. Yeah.
How has it affected you?
Well, it's actually helped me out a lot, because a lot of people, when you do Facebook, and if you have a lot of followers, the moment you put it up, everybody sees it in their feed. So I get a lot of work from Facebook, and
beautiful.
Also the same with Instagram, which is a little different for me. It's Instagram and my website are more like portfolios, online portfolios for me. So yeah, but no, Facebook has helped me so much. It's helped, and I also do graphic arts, so it's helped me get a lot of work. Graphic stuff. Like business logos. I've done some corporate logos. I've done flyers and stuff. I do a lot of biker logos for their vests.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, no.
How do you like dealing with the bikers?
Love them. And you know what's funny? Most of the bike clubs I've done work for were all women.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, really cool.
Hey, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes it even better. So let's go. Anything else with the social media? I don't want to jump away from it too quick if you had something else.
That's basically, I put my little, funny memes up there and stuff. But no, as far as artwork, it's helped me a great deal. You can reach a different audience, or folks who don't know you and then see it. So, yeah.
Yes. I sold a picture to someone in Seabrook, Texas, and I never heard of it.
Right.
And that's what can happen.
Yeah.
And it's like staying consistent. And that means a lot. And it may not always bear fruit immediately, but the more consistent you are, the better your chances are.
Yes.
And you got to do good work too.
Yeah. Well, that part.
Yeah. So you had mentioned it before, and I don't want us to miss it. You have an upcoming exhibition. I want you to get that information again, and I am going to put it in the rebroadcast.
Yes, that's.
So why don't you tell us about your upcoming exhibition?
Yeah, that's coming up at the Arts Council of Princeton. It's called the Chip Fisher Memorial Exhibition. Like I said, it was named after my brother's late wife, Chip. And this is not going to be a big one. It's about maybe four of my paintings that are going to be here. A couple of new ones that I've done that haven't been seen yet.
Okay.
But that starts. The reception is August 7th, next Wednesday, I believe that is.
Okay.
And I believe the work will be up there for the month of August. It's usually up there for the month. So it's 102 Witherspoon Street, and check it out. So it'll be there after the reception.
Okay, so we have Malibu Ken made a comment here for the support. Much love. Yep.
Very good.
Thank you, Malibu Ken. Awesome. All right, we're gonna look at this one here.
Oh, this is the Maasai Elder. Matter of fact, that's hanging behind me on my wall of my office. That was done on the MDF board. And if you look close, the board gave the skin so much texture.
Yes.
Yeah, it gave it like the cheeks and around the forehead. It looks like skin, but it's actually the fiber on the board. I painted this.
Yeah.
I painted this years ago, and it's one of my favorites.
Probably something that. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's about 2 feet wide by 2 feet high.
It looks really good. I'm trying to look at it without my reading glasses on here, but.
And I like this one because it had a lot of shadow around the eyes and around the mouth. I love doing portraits that have nice shadow, a lot of shadows and great highlights, which makes the portrait, the painting pop. And the background, I added that in there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put another one of your pictures up here. Let's look at this next one.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
That's sun.
Same. I love the Maasai. I love painting the Maasai. And
yeah.
This was about the same size.
There's some interesting people.
Oh yeah. 2 feet by 2 feet, and I kind of wanted to get that feeling of that heat, coming from the upper right corner, and that beaming down on the face. Yeah, and then if you look at the figures on the left, they're doing that Maasai jump. It's that dance that they have, and they jump like.
And I know it. I've seen it many times.
Right? Yeah. So that's what this just represents. But this is also another one of my favorite pieces.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice. It's a real nice piece. Let me ask you this question: what advice would you give to young artists and beginning artists who are just starting off on their artistic journeys?
Yeah, that's kind of easy since I mentor these kids. So I tell them,
exactly,
draw all the time. Whenever you can, draw. Keep doing it. Advance yourself. My biggest influence, even to this day, and it gets a lot of kids frustrated, is artists that are better than I am in my head. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, if he can do that, I need to get to that. And that's what happened to me when I was younger. I saw an artist, and he was amazing. So I'm like, you mean I can take it to that level? So that's what I work to do.
Exactly.
But you gotta keep going. If you don't like it, start over. Even if you don't start over, work on it till you get it right. But you gotta keep doing it. I try to tell my kids, I know they're not gonna do it, but draw a portrait a day. And it'll come.
Exactly.
It'll come. Yeah. And concentrate. Vision, focus. And listen. I had a kid, she was one of my prize AXO students. And when she came into the program, she was doing rainbows and clouds, the basics. And the other kids, I could see them, they were doing their thing, they were good. But I could see her, she was real quiet. She listened. She came back the next year with this huge painting, and it was just this set of, I think it was Beyonce's eyes. Blew me away. I mean, realistic. It was crazy. She just went from 0 to 60, in this little bit of time. So It can be done.
Wow.
I've seen it. I've seen it happen.
It can. It can.
Yeah.
Yep. Let me ask you something. Since you're such an inspiration to other people, who are some of the artists or art movements that maybe have influenced you? Or what besides your, I know you got your family, but anything else besides your family that has influenced you?
I've always followed. I was a huge Salvador Dali fan. Still am. I mean, his realistic stuff, although it was crazy, it always had a meaning. Then I had Norman Rockwell.
Yes, it did.
You got, and some of the newer artists, the Kenneth, what's his name? The Kenneth Wiley. I don't think I'm saying his name right. Whack, Kevin A. Williams, out of
Kevin A. Williams.
And he was a gold medalist in AXO back in the day, and now look at him. Kadir Nelson is.
Listen, I used to sell his prints in my bookstore, Mind Builders and Frame. I used to sell his prints.
Yeah.
And that was in the 90s.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of guys.
Aaron, I just want to say I'm having a delay when you're talking to me because remember I had to connect a different way.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'm seeing you talk, but so give me a second sometimes after because it's a little bit of a delay. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but there are a few guys whose work is great to me. And see, I love realism, as you can tell. So I'm kind of drawn to those artists who do realistic painting. I'm not an abstract guy.
Gotcha.
I'm not I even appreciate artists who do realism with landscapes, but I'm not a landscape artist. Yeah, I'm not a landscaper, but if you can do that, I love your work. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a huge abstract guy. Although I do like Basquiat. I had to learn to appreciate Basquiat because when I first saw it, I'm like, what in the world is this? And then I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, okay, it's great. But you know what gets to me though? A lot of these new artists now trying to paint like Basquiat. It drives me bananas.
Exactly.
But no.
Listen, I did it. I did an exhibition back in my studio a little over a year ago, and I did it honoring Basquiat. But what I did was I did the paintings. It was an honor to, and I totally gave credit. It was trying to duplicate his style doing paintings. So there was a reason behind it. I gave his history, all those type things. I was showing videos and documentaries during my exhibition about him.
Yeah.
So doing it that way is good. To me, to just take that as your own style, no, you develop your own style. So and we're so on the opposite end. You're a realist, and I will just do things any type of way.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's a beauty in everything.
Yes. Correct.
Yep.
Correct. Yep.
I don't think, and I think that I like to paint really fast.
Gotcha.
So, it's a whole nother thing. But I so admire what you do. It is just, you have great skills.
Thank you, my brother. Thanks a lot.
Yep. Let me ask you this next question. You mentioned you focused on, which good with your art, the human face and recreating expressions, character, and light. How do you capture these intricate details, and what challenges the most in doing a face?
Faces are a little bit more difficult because they're all different. Yeah. And especially a commissioned face. Okay, I'm not talking about, the famous folks. I'm talking about private commissions. Very hard, especially when it's a commission of someone who's passed. That's even harder.
Yes.
Because everybody, you know, I mean, look, I tell folks who are getting commissions, look, I'm not a Xerox machine. I know that's old school. I am not a camera. Because you can take bad pictures with a camera.
Exactly.
So, you know, you figure a painting. So I let folks know I'm going to get as close as I humanly can. You got a lot of folks who have exaggerated features, and you got to paint that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't think that features is exaggerated as it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not a caricature. It's just
yes.
So I've had those issues before. I mean, I get them out the door, but that's the hardest part. Like stars and stuff.
Yes.
Because you still gotta. There's some folks that are hard to paint. I don't care who it is. You still gotta let it, be known who it is. It's gotta look like it.
Exactly. Yeah. We have a question here from Malibu Ken. What is your favorite painting you created?
I have a Martin Luther King that I painted.
Is it on the ones you sent me?
It's the one with him looking up to the side. It's got a blue background.
Which one now?
It's got a lot of dark in it, and then he's got a blue background behind his head. Name of the painting is King. Yes, that one.
That's a Martin Luther King one. That's it right there?
Yeah. I painted that about 25 years ago. And I don't even want to sell it. You know what I mean? It's I love this painting. and that's another, I was telling you about.
Yes. I like it.
Thanks. The sweat on his cheek and on his forehead. So that was, I get that with the little teeny tiny paintbrush. You just dab, white paint on it. So yeah, that's one of my favorite.
Wow.
That is my favorite painting. I still have it.
When I'm looking at that, I see like him giving that mountaintop speech. Like the weight of everything was finally coming down. Mm-hmm. People had already been calling him, telling him they were going to kill him.
Yeah.
He knew his time was up.
Yeah. This is my favorite.
And it's still like he has the burden of all of that is just on him right now.
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, yes.
Impressive.
And that's my favorite.
What is the most challenging part of a face to you? Is it the eyes, the nose, the mouth? Like, what's the most challenging?
Well, it's all of that, but it's the balance.
Okay, I got you.
The eyes right, and the eyes is like they say it's the windows to the soul. If the eyes ain't right, they ain't right. But the nose is very hard.
Yeah.
Noses are hard. I just did a painting of Marvin Gaye. I don't know if I sent that to you, but I did his nose about 10 times, just trying to get it right, and finally hit it. Yeah, those are hard. And once you get the layout done before you add the color, it's got to look right, So, this is a good piece too.
Yeah.
This is called Open Season.
I like this one too. What's this one about?
Okay, well, it's called Open Season, and you know why? I mean, if you look at it, you got the brother on there.
Yes.
Brother.
Got it.
He of course has the crosshair right on his face. This is the black man USA. The stripes on the star, they have blood on them, and this is just how it is. Innocently just looking up. Bare, no clothes on, no shirt on. I wanted to be like bare. I don't have anything. But that's just the idea. It sort of tells the black man's story, and even the black woman's story. At this point.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, wow, wow, that's really deep. I really like it, and the American flag behind it.
Thanks, sir.
Ooh. All right, so we got Malibu Ken's question answered. Let me take that down here real quick. Okay, so looking ahead, what legacy do you hope to leave in the art world, and what are your like long-term goals as an artist? If there are any more, you're just flowing.
Yeah, I mean, just go with it. Just that I was a good artist, even a great artist, whomever's mind that might be.
Mhm.
I always want to be someone that young people can look up to, and that's what I strive to do in the AXO program. You know, to help and to nurture talents of those kids coming up, and I mean, a lot of them have made me proud, because they go on to college, they go on to do things with their art professionally. I have one student, his name is Ralice Vasquez, who is showing his work all over the world.
Wow.
He paints Dominican scenes. I have to send you a couple of his things, but he's an oil. He's magnificent.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'd like to leave that, that teaching thing.
That is so great. Now we have a couple of more paintings. Let me move this up here. I'm sorry. But go ahead. You can finish elaborating on that if you wanted to.
Yeah, but that's what it is. I'd like for folks to try to emulate my style. That's me right there.
Look at that.
That's about 4 feet tall by 15 inches wide.
Wow.
Matter of fact, I did one of myself, my wife, and my daughter, just like this. They're all on the same board. They're hanging in our family room. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, no, that's what I'd like. I would like for young folks to emulate me, say that I'm their favorite artist. Yeah.
Listen, I can see it happening for sure.
Thank you.
Yes, and it's already, like you said, it already has, because I'm sure you've influenced so many young people, and they look back and they're like Aaron was a part of my process, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, because they, I love what I do. This is a Robeson piece.
Right there.
This is purchased by the Arts Council.
I saw it. I was about to say.
Yeah, we go up the steps in there. Oh yeah, I had so many favorite pieces. I mean, this was another.
It's hard to choose.
Yeah, and like I said, the black and whites, they have their own character.
Yes.
And this is actually a chromatic, black, white, and browns. So
yeah, I see a little bit of the tones in those.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just tried to show a hint, if you can see her here, just a little hint of that.
Exactly.
The white dreads.
Wow, beautiful. Well, listen, Aaron, we're coming close to our close. So, are there anything, closing remarks you would like to make? And I'm just going to, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just thanks for having me. We've talked about this for a while, this fun competition, and like I said before, if I can be an influence to anybody, and I'm not one of those artists who, there's a lot of artists. How do you do this? How do you do that? Oh, I can't really show you. It's a secret. There's no secrets. Nobody's gonna copy you. It's your own style. They're gonna do it in their style. They just want to know how did you achieve this effect?
That's it.
Anybody that wants to ask me questions, anything, you can reach out to me on social media. I'll answer you. If you're an up and coming artist, if you're a kid, if you have kids, you want to know, call me. Get in touch with me. Yeah.
That's great, because we share that in common. Like I was just teaching at the Arts Council of Princeton earlier today, a puppet making workshop. Mm-hmm. And so I enjoy being able to share with young people. And so we are right on the same page with that. And you know what? For me, I don't know if it does it for you, but it gives me energy as well. It gives it like really makes me more excited about my own artwork when I look at these young people doing things and I help somebody else. Right. When I tell somebody where they can get their prints, mm-hmm. when I tell someone how to set up their website, right. when I tell them, I get something out of that too.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah. So listen, thank you so much for coming on. I apologize that I had a problem with my soundboard. It looks like it's done. Because as you know, we were on here a few minutes beforehand just trying to sound check and it just was done. I think maybe some water or something fell on it.
Yeah.
Thanks
for having me, man. I had a blast.
Yes, man. Hey, listen, I'm so happy. Don't worry, I'll edit it. So, but again, thank you for coming here. And I'm going to share Aaron's information again. So, it's Aaron Fisher on Facebook. And then on IG, Aaron Fisher Artist. And then his website is aaroncfisher.com.
Correct. Because if you put in
please,
aaroncfisher.com, you go to some guy who's a magician.
Yes, I saw that. I went on there and I was like, this is not Aaron. And that little C in there. Yes. But again, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. Please support this artist. If you need portraits done, if you need some mentoring or whatever, just support this artist. He's a very important part of the art world, and he's affecting a lot of young people, which is so important. And I'm happy that he decided to come on and accepted my invite. And I really appreciate you, brother. And I will be seeing you around.
Thanks, Kenny. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. All right. Stay on, you guys. I got a little housekeeping. Okay. Wasn't that a wonderful interview with Aaron Fisher? I am so sorry for, the problems I had. Looks like I got to get another soundboard. It's completely done. So I'm going to actually edit this video so that I can take out some of the goof ups along the way. But thanks for tuning into my channel. Let me give you my contact information here real quick. So my website is KJLArtSanctuary.com. KJL Artist on Instagram. My email is KJLArtSanctuary@gmail.com. And then also on Facebook, I have a page, KJL Podcast, on Facebook. But on YouTube, it's KJL Podcast Channel. So again, thank you so much for your support. Any donations you can make are fine. You can donate via Cash App, and I'll put that on here. It's on the ticker right there. And let me just do this one other thing. See, if I would have had my soundboard, I wouldn't have to be doing all these things. I'm literally doing this from my phone. But listen, thanks again for tuning in. And next week, we'll have another artist, and we'll also have art with Kenneth. So I'm grateful and much love.
Thank you so much for joining us today on KJL Art Sanctuary Podcast. I'm your host, Kenneth Lewis Sr. Your support means the world to us. Don't forget to show love by liking, sharing, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners just like you. Together, let's build a vibrant community of art enthusiasts and creatives. Remember, your presence matters in our journey, and we're grateful for every moment you spend with us. Until next time, stay inspired and keep creating.